Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am getting ready to do a reorganize my makeup collection slash kind of a declutter, because there may be a few things throughout this video that I decided to get rid of, but it's just time to kind of go through everything and yeah, just kind of give it a good clean out. I got some baby wipes here to wipe everything down because I know things are going to be dusty and powdery. I'm actually going to start with this little jar of perfume samples. So I'm actually going to do that off camera real quick, and I'll just show you what I'm getting rid of. But yeah, I need to go through and smell all these to see if there are anything that I actually want to keep. Okay, so the things I'm keeping is this Pink Dusk Rollerball. It's basically just a knockoff of Pink Sugar. And then I had a bunch of Jo Malone samples that came in a set. And the ones I'm keeping are Sweet Lime and Cedar. Nectarine, Blossom, and Honey. I actually have two of those, I think. Yeah. Pomegranate Noir and White Jasmine and Mint. I liked all those. And then I have that Nest Rollerball, but it is in my purse. And then I had, I think it's called 1 Million. I think that's what it's called. It's in my empty, so I went ahead and emptied it out. And the ones I'm getting rid of is Jo Malone, Amber, and Lavender, because I've grabbed this several times because the name of it sounds like something I would like, because I love lavender, but I actually hate the smell of that, and I've sprayed it on myself several times without thinking. I'm also getting rid of the grapefruit flavor scent. And then I'm getting rid of lime, basil, and mandarin. All three of those sound like scents I would like, but I don't, so I'm decluttering these three. Okay, next let's do my eyeshadow palettes, just because I think I'll go through these pretty quickly because I pretty much know what I like. It's mostly just reorganizing them. So this is full of eyeshadow palettes, and then this back here has some bigger eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just going to take everything out and lay it down and kind of see if there's anything I want to declutter, and then try to reorganize it to where everything fits, because like this palette here, it doesn't fit, but it's not really a big palette, so I don't want to put it in there. So basically just going to take everything out and yeah, let's just see what we got. Okay, so I have 31 pre-made palettes, and then I have two Z palettes with some singles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to declutter my singles. This is something I've been wanting to do, to where they fit into one Z palette, and then I'll have a Z palette put together for one of my friends. So I'm going to go through these and see what I want, and then after that I'm going to look for dupes. I'm going to do that off camera, but right now I'm just going to go through each palette individually to see if I really want it. Okay, one that I know I'm getting rid of is this Pacifica Beach Crystals palette. I think I got this in a, was it Ipsy, I think? Ipsy or Glossy Box one, I can't remember. But anyway, this is just nothing I'm going to use. I haven't used it yet, and one of my friends may get better use out of it. So that is going to be decluttered. Okay, two that I know for certain that I'm keeping are my Anastasia palettes, my Prism, and my Subculture. So those are definitely staying. Definitely keeping my Too Faced palette. My chocolate bar palette, sorry. Also definitely keeping my Lorac Pro 3, I think is what this one is. Yeah, Pro 3. Let's see. I'm trying to do some of my bigger palettes first. Keeping all of my ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 of them in total. I have the All I See Is Magic, Dream Street, I just got the You Have Me from Hello in my BoxyCharm. I haven't even used this one yet. I'm really excited to use it. And then I have the Yes Please palette. So 4 of those, they are all staying. Definitely keeping this NYX Air palette. I really, really loved it when I used it the other day for a palette bingo. There's me looking ratchet. Okay, let's see. Definitely keeping my Urban Decay Naked Basics. I use this a ton. Let's see. Look at this Becca one. This is the Becca Ombre Nudes Eye Palette. I've only used this once. I really need to get more use out of this. I really, really like it. My friend Susan sent this to me, and I really want to use this some more. Okay, I have two e.l.f. palettes. I have this matte one, which I really, really like. And then I have this one that I've only used once, and I really want to get some more use out of it. Let me get a couple swatches here. These are like cream shadows. There's some swatches. I don't know. I definitely want to play with it some more before I declutter it. I do like it, but for some reason I just haven't reached for it again, and I really need to make a point to do that. But I am going to hold on to it. This one, I have a lot of nudes. I like having an all matte palette, and it's really good quality, but I'm just wondering if I really need it. I mean, I know I don't need it, but, you know, there's a lot of the same shades in here. Some of those cooler tone shades. And then I also have my Naked palette, which has all mattes except for the one shimmery shade. You know, I really do love this, but I'm just thinking maybe I don't need it. So I'm going to put it over to the side and make that a maybe. This Smashbox one, my friend Susan also sent this to me. I really haven't used this one much. I think I've used it twice so far. I really want to get some more use out of it. There are some pretty shades, but for some reason I just haven't reached for it all that much. There's a couple swatches. Let me swatch this green. It's a really pretty green. Yeah, I want to hold on to it and try to get some more use out of this, because this is another one that I've just not reached for enough, and I need to. Okay, definitely keeping my LA Colors 16 color eyeshadow palette. It's called Sweet. Definitely keeping that. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one, the Meet Matte one. I've held on to it for a long time, and I just never get excited about this palette. And I've almost decluttered it several times, and I think one of my friends would like it better. So I'm going to declutter that. Definitely keeping my Tarte lip palette. Love it. Again, that has some shades a lot like in the e.l.f. palette, so making me think that maybe I don't need that one. I'm going to keep my Swamp Queen palette. It's not a favorite, but it's just one that, I don't know, I'll just always hold on to. My Electric palette, definitely going to keep it. This is something that I need to start using some more. Okay, I have this Balm, the Shady Lady palette. This is what it looks like. I've used it a couple times and really like it. I really want to try this Pretty Blue. I haven't tried that yet. And it's really, really pretty. So there's some shades in here I definitely want to get some use out of. Now this is an all shimmer palette, so I'll have to match it up with some mattes. Okay, definitely keeping my Too Faced Totally Cute palette. Love this palette. It's adorable. I have this Morphe Jewel Crew palette. This is a beautiful palette. I definitely need to use it some more. Definitely keeping my Beauty and the Beast palette. Y'all know I love this. Sorry, I know this angle is so bad, but definitely keeping that. Also, definitely keeping my Alice in Wonderland palette. Love it. Keeping my this Morphe palette here. And then I have 5 of the big palettes. Okay, so those are the things I'm keeping. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter that elf one. So, I just decluttered 3, which this is not a main, like, declutter video, but it's just kind of going through my collection and decluttering a few things. So, getting rid of Meat Matrimony, this Pacifica palette, and this elf palette. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and see what single eyeshadows I have dupes for, and I'm going to do that off camera because that will take too long. And then I'll come back and show you what I've decluttered. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm decluttering, and they're all gorgeous, and I'm getting a horrible glare, and there's a train. I'm getting rid of these only because I have exact dupes in other palettes, so I just don't feel like I need them, and I can pass these along to someone else. So this is a Z palette that I will be giving to one of my friends, and then these are the ones that I'm keeping that were just a little bit more special and I didn't have an exact dupe for, and I just wanted to keep. So this is the Z palette I'm keeping, and this one's the one I'm passing along. Okay, so here's how all my palettes look. Everything fits really nicely. And then I have my bigger palettes back here like always, but all my smaller palettes do fit in my case now that I decluttered those 3. So this is what we're left with, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, so now it's time to declutter and organize this box. Everything's kind of just a mess right now, and it just needs to be redone. I really want to have a separate spot for my skincare, but it just seems like that never works out. But I'm going to try to achieve that today. I'm actually going to start on this bottom, which is powders and bronzers and like contour. So I'm going to empty it out and just see what we've got. I want to start by putting in the things that I know for sure I'm going to be keeping. Definitely my Shade Light palette, that is a favorite. Also my Coty Airspun, that is my favorite powder. So those are my 2 favorite items for contour and powder. And my favorite bronzer is definitely this Tarte one, so definitely keeping it. Let's see here. Definitely want to keep my butter bronzer. This BH Cosmetics, I haven't actually used this yet. Maybe once. My friend Susan gave this to me, and it seems like it's really good quality, but I almost think it might be too dark for me. And I know Susan won't care a bit because she's just so lovely. So I think I'm actually going to pass this on to one of my friends just because I just don't feel like I'm going to get enough use out of it with my really pale complexion. So yeah, I think I may pass this on to maybe my friend Sam and see if she wants it and if she can get some use out of it, because it's too nice of a palette not to get use, and I'm just not getting that. So yeah, I think I'm going to pass that on to my friend Sam. Let's see, I am going to hold on to my e.l.f. HD finishing powder. I actually do like it pretty well. I haven't really got to try this Rimmel Stay Matte very much yet, so I'm going to hold on to that. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and declutter this e.l.f. contour kit. I've had it a while, and I just feel like maybe one of my friends could get more use out of it because I do have the Kat Von D, and then I'm still trying to work through my Anastasia one, and so that really doesn't leave much time for this one, so I'm going to pass it on. I am going to keep my, well, maybe I'm going to keep this. Do I want to keep that? Actually, you know, I think I'm actually going to pass this Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil on as well. And same thing with this Wet n Wild Contour Kit. I just don't use it like I used to. I just have other things I like better, so I'm actually going to pass it on. So we definitely narrowed that down. We are keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. Getting rid of 5 out of that drawer. So yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. So I'm going to see if I can't add something else to this drawer to free up some space elsewhere. But we'll see. My blush drawer, which is very, very heavy. And honestly, I don't know if I'll be getting rid of anything in here. We'll have to wait and see. Probably not, to be completely honest with you. But at least I can reorganize it. I love blush. Okay, so first thing is my Profusion palette. I've had this a while and I really, really like it. I think I'm going to hold it to the side and see if I have dupes for these shades in my other blushes. And then maybe possibly pass that one on. But yeah, let me actually go through and see what I have that would match up with this. And I'm going to do that off camera because it may take a while. Okay, so I went through and honestly I couldn't find dupes for hardly any of these. They're all just a little bit different than the other ones I have. So I am hanging on to it. I know that's awful, but I am. Also, the same with my Gwen Stefani. Definitely keeping that. So that's 12 blushes in total there. Let's see. Definitely holding on to this Becca palette. It is a bronzer and blush duo. It used to be a trio, but the highlighter fell out, but that's okay. Or busted. But I'm still keeping this. This is the Becca Sun Chaser palette, and I love it. Definitely keeping that. Definitely keeping my Minnie Mouse limited edition blush. Love it. Same with this Becca highlight in rose gold. I use this as like a blush topper. Definitely keeping that. Definitely keeping my Becca blush in Nightingale. Let's see. This is the Wet n Wild Ombre Blush in Purple Haze. It's actually gorgeous on, so definitely keeping that. I'm pretty much keeping everything. My Japanesque blush in shade 4. Love it. Definitely keeping that. This is my Bang Beauty blush in Smoked Peach. It is gorgeous. Keeping that. Same with my Steve Laurent blush in I'm Blushing. Keeping that as well. Let's see what else we have. For sure keeping my Tarte blush in Idol. It's like the most neutral blush I have, but it's gorgeous. Definitely keeping that. I'm definitely keeping this. This is by, I think it's by Model Co. I got it in an Ipsy or Glossy Box one. I can't remember, but I have been wearing this almost every day. It's my current favorite. Keeping that for sure. And then I have 2 e.l.f. blushes. I have this blush in this baked blush in Rich Rose. I've had this forever. I think it's just time to get rid of that. And then I have this one cream blush in Soft Rose, and since it's my only cream blush, I am going to be keeping that. Highlighter drawer. Yeah, highly doubt I'll be getting rid of anything in here, but it definitely, like I said, can use to be reorganized. And just to look and see what I have. And you never know, there might be 1 or 2 things I decide to get rid of. Okay, so let's start off with my Anastasia Aurora palette. Definitely not getting rid of this. My friend Susan sent that to me and I love it. Definitely keeping my Sleek Solstice palette. This is gorgeous. Love it. Definitely keeping my Becca highlights in Champagne Pop. And Opal. So those are like little minis. So I'll stick them right down here. Actually no, I'll stick those somewhere else. Let's go with my stick highlighters. I have this Laura Geller Easy Illuminating Stick in Ballerina. Really like it, so definitely keeping that. Same with this Trestique stick in, I don't know what the shade is. It just says mini highlight stick, but it is very, very pretty. So keeping that. And then I have these two cream highlighters by Tarte. It's the Tarte's Pro Glow. I have Stunner and Sparkler. Love both of these. I haven't tried Sparkler yet, but I know I will love it. And then I have this ColourPop in Flexitarian. Definitely keeping that. It's a favorite. Definitely keeping my Kat Von D Alchemist palette. It's already been used and abused. I have this Too Faced blush in Blinded by, not blush, highlight, Blinded by the Light. Absolutely gorgeous packaging, and I actually love the product as well, so keeping that. And then I have 3 Becca blushes. I have Pearl, Opal, and Champagne Pop. I already showed you those. And lastly, I have, oh no, I have one more. I have this Physicians Formula Translucent Pearl. I don't know. I always hold on to it. But honestly, it's not really one I reach for a lot because it's not very, like, it's not extremely blinding. Which, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I do like it though. It is really pretty when I use it. I don't like this e.l.f. Moonlit Pearl, so I'm definitely going to declutter that. And I think I will hold on to the Physicians Formula for now anyway. So yeah, this is what my drawer looks like now. A lot more organized. I know this angle is like treacherous. It's horrible. Okay, so first things first, I have my Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadows. Definitely going to keep that. But I have the shades Molten Midnight and Rose Gold Retro. Other single shadows I have is my ColourPop not Flexitarian, Telepathy. I was actually wearing this today. I love this, so definitely keeping that. The same with this Furless in, what is the name of this? I always forget. Oh, Sneaky. It's a Furless Loose Pigment. Definitely keeping that. I haven't tried this Smashbox Duo yet, but it's really, really pretty. I just feel like I forget about it. So I think I may actually stick it down in my, oh no, I won't see it if I do that either. I'm just going to have to make a point to use it because I really, really want to use this. But it's in the shades Golden, no, it's from the Golden Hour palette, but it's a, the shades Turned On and Socked. So keeping that. Okay, and then I have some more loose pigments. I have this one by NYX. It's just some glitter. I don't know what the name is. It doesn't really say. So definitely keeping that. And this is by Glitter Injections. It's another loose glitter, so definitely keeping that. I have some brow pomades. I have the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ash Brown. And then I have the e.l.f. pomade in Espresso. So keeping both of those for sure. I have this e.l.f. eyeliner, cream eyeliner in black. Definitely keeping that. And then I have this Steve, is it Steve Laurent? Yeah, Steve Laurent, like a kind of like a lip balm, potted lip balm. I love this. Definitely keeping that as well. And then I have 2 of the NYX glitter primers. I use this on a daily, so definitely keeping that. And then I have my Krylon lash primer, not lash primer, eyeshadow primer. Definitely keeping that. And then I have some Kiss lash adhesive. definitely keeping that. And I have 2 pair of lashes that I just lay in here. So first thing is my Josie and Moran foundation, definitely keeping it. And my Elle foundation, Flawless Finish foundation, keeping it. So they'll go in here. And then I have 2 concealers. I have the e.l.f. concealer. I have been liking this. I hated it at first because it got really dark under my eyes, but I think it was just pairing it with the wrong powder. I've been using it with my Coty Airspun and it works a lot better. So I'm going to keep that. And then my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. So those are the only like face products like that I have. I have this Givenchy blurring foundation balm, and I have used this a few times, and it's still a little bit dark for me, but it's not so dark that I won't be able to use it in the summer because I can get away with it now. It's just, like I said, just a little bit too dark, but I'm definitely going to hold on to that. This, I have this CC cream. This is not mine. I need to put this to the side so I remember to give it back to my friend Michelle. I've had it for months now. I have my e.l.f. Illuminating Misting Set, so I definitely need to keep that. And then I have my e.l.f. Primer, so I'm going to keep that. My Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. You all know I love that, so it's definitely staying. And then the only other primer I have left is this little mini of the Too Faced Primed in Peach. I really, really like that as well, so definitely keeping that. The only other thing I have in there that's not like skincare related is this highlight and contour stick, and I'm just going to put that down in my bronzer drawer because technically, you know, it's a contour stick, so, and I'm not using it as concealer or anything, so I'm actually going to put that down here. Okay, and then for my skincare, actually I'm just going to push this to the side for now and move on because I have skincare in a different drawer that I've just been stuffing things in. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we are going to zoom out and we are going to tackle this drawer right here. Okay, so this drawer is just some random stuff and my Project Tan stuff. These are the letters that go to my little board, so I'm just going to move them out of the way for now. Basically, this just needs organized because this is my Project Pen items. And there are a few that I'm going to go ahead and declutter or put in empties because it's just a mess. Okay, let's start with my Anastasia contour kit. Obviously, this is still good, and I'm still trying to use it. Not doing a great job of using that up, but we're trying. Then I have my Too Faced Natural Eyes. I did use this today, so still definitely working on that. This Japanese powder is pretty much done for. There is some like loose bits in it, but I'm just going to call this done because it's a mess. And I have been working on this, so this is actually going to go in my empties.